Smooth operator. Smooth. You're looking good, Bernie. Oh fuck, I need a mask. I need masks in here.
Hey mate, how's it going? Welcome mate, Uber for John?
Yeah, that's me. Listen, before you go anywhere,
Wait!
do you mind charging my phone? Would that be alright?
Yeah, of course.
Mate, I'm in a bit of a rush. Do you mind if I meal prep? Oh.
I never saw Mumbai. Never went back home. Said I'd go back home. It's alright. It's not alright, I'm gonna die.
Bit of cheese or
No cheese, lactose tolerance, lactose intolerant.
busy day or? Welcome to Off the Record with the Oracle, where the cameras aren't rolling and everything is strictly off the record. Everyone's been asking, when will life return to normal? Tonight, we look at the new normal and examine the ins and outs of COVID safety. Come on, let's have a look. Corona's still the talk of the town in 2021, with Chinese authorities still struggling to contain the virus. Beijing has introduced a new form of corona testing, the anal swab test. Now, there has been some backlash with people calling the anal swab test a little bit invasive. But to put everyone's minds at ease, several world leaders have come out and said they'd get the test before the public. Here's former President Donald Trump shortly after his anal swab test. Angela Merkel looks like she enjoyed that a little more than she should have. Saddam Hussein got his anal swab test. Looks like he was a bit ahead of his time. New South Wales Health Officer Kerry Chant has endorsed new health guidelines on sex during the pandemic. In correspondence with the release of these new guidelines, New South Wales Health have released a new sex educational video starring yours truly, demonstrating the new health advice on engaging in safe sex. COVID safe sex.
Hey, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
I had a really nice night tonight, you know.
Aww, baby.
Yeah.
I think that we take it to the next level. What do you think? Hey?
Yeah, I reckon we should, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Sadly, sex with someone outside your household still carries risk. However, if you do find yourself on a one-way ticket to Pound Town, it is essential that you maintain 1.5 meters distancing at all times. Hey, you should also confirm with your partner that they are not showing any symptoms, have not been in close contact with any known cases, or visited any hotspots.
Right, do you have any cold or flu-like symptoms?
Can we get this over with?
Hang on, I've got 2 more questions. Been to any listed hotspots?
No.
Very good. And are you waiting on a result of COVID test?
Yes! And Hep C.
Awesome.
A common misconception about COVID safety is that it takes all the fun out of sex. You be the judge. Hey?
Is that a gun in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me? Hey?
I'm glad you asked. It's a little bit of both. 36.5. Geez, you are full of surprises.
You know what? I am full of surprises.
Hold it right there. We can't forget the New South Wales mask recommendations and its importance in stopping the spread of COVID-19. We recommend wearing a 3-layered mask to cover your nose and mouth. Once you've been thoroughly informed of your partner's COVID status and have put on your PPE, you are now free to engage in COVID-safe sex. You should also consider washing your hands before and after sex. And as always, use condoms and dental dams during all types of sex, including oral.
What's going on down there?
Whew. There it is. I'm just trying to sign in before entry. Do you have a manual sign-in check? My phone's dead.
No?
Whew. That was amazing.
No, I should have stuck to Pornhub.
Same.
What?
Still confused about the do's and don'ts during the COVID-19 pandemic? Visit the hashtag PlaySafe website for all you need to know on dating, safe sex, well-being, and even recipes. But always remember, the safest sex is solo sex. COVID safe sex. What a wonderful initiative. Now let's take a look at what the public think with the pub test. This week, I travelled to the diverse streets of Newtown in Sydney's inner west to see what the serial weirdos think of COVID safe sex. What are the main methods that you've been utilising to make sure that you're abiding by these COVID safe guidelines?
Failing at first dates and masturbation.
That's a lovely cross you have on there. Nice Jesus piece. Do you wear a mask while having intercourse?
When we're in the mood, just like in the heat of the moment, sometimes I might chuck it on, it gets a bit stale sometimes.
And are you washing your hands before and after sex?
Sometimes during.
This is all strictly off the record, by the way. The cameras, they're not rolling. So, would you say you wear a mask while having intercourse?
I don't.
That's against the guidelines. Guidelines do recommend that you limit the number of partners that you have. Have you limited the amount of partners that you've been with during the pandemic? Because you should. Give me a ballpark figure, numbers-wise. What do you reckon?
4.
Conservative. Give me a ballpark figure, maybe
Zero.
Zero. Okay, that's excellent for COVID safety.
Yeah.
Are you a virgin?
Oh, God.
Abstinence is fine. I'm
No,
Lebanese. If you had to give me a ballpark figure of, like a hit list during the pandemic, what would you say it is?
I have a boyfriend, so just the one.
Okay. Is it a long-term relationship or is it?
Yeah, 2 years.
Is it open relationship or?
No.
Okay. Well, that's a shame. This is all off the record. But when was the last time you did anal?
What?
So are you getting the vaccine in April? They're set to roll it out in April. So this is all strictly off the record. The cameras aren't rolling.
Record, the camera's already stopped. I know.
But can I?
I know.
I will ask you. When was the last time you did anal?
Last night?
Good man. Good man. Was it sanitary?
I did a shit this morning that was so big, I would probably consider it to be the anal equivalent of what you're going at.
So it was a solo anal. So this is all strictly off the record. You recognise me from past show. What was that show?
Underbelly.
Yeah, the Johnny Ibrahim series. How many days a week you popping yourself up?
Twice a day.
You're a sick man. So that's what the everyman thinks. But what about the big boys? I caught up with Prime Minister Scott Morrison, or as most people call him, Scott-Mo, to see what he makes of the current COVID-safe guidelines. I'm glad you mentioned fornication. There's been a build-up of sexual frustration over the last year with everyone being in lockdowns and isolation. Where do you think the public will be directing that sexual frustration given the new COVID-safe sex guidelines?
And they'll direct that at me, they'll direct that at premiers, they'll direct it at the local mayor, they'll direct it on the dog on a bad afternoon on a Friday.
Wouldn't that be considered bestiality? Or...
It's not going to be perfect. It's going to hurt. There's going to be an impact.
Well, I'm glad that's all clarified. Thank you for your time, Prime Minister. It's been a privilege. Evidently, there's many ways to go about COVID safety. There's some people that like to go it alone. Others prefer being in a group environment. But whichever side of the fence you're on, I hope you found the program informative, delightful, and just a bit of fun. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, But remember, you didn't hear it from me.